Most people never think about their pelvic floor, but it's one of the most important muscle groups in your entire body. It supports your spine and your hips, it controls your bladder and bowel, and plays a huge role in core stability, posture, and confidence. And when these muscles weaken, your body starts to lose its foundation, and that can cause symptoms most people never realize that are related to that. So, for women, its weakness in the pelvic floor often shows up as bladder leakage, urgency, or that sense of pressure or instability, even especially after childbirth or in menopause, or years of sitting. It can affect comfort and energy and confidence. Physically and emotionally, men can experience similar symptoms when the pelvic floor muscles weaken. Blood flow and nerve activation in the pelvic region decline, and that could cause uncontrollable dribbling, trouble with bladder emptying, and a reduced sexual performance that many men describe as just not feeling as connected, and it's less responsive or not as strong as it used to be before. It's not about age, it's about function. And a weak pelvic floor can silently affect performance, stamina, and confidence long before it becomes obvious. This isn't just a muscle issue, it's a systems issue. And so at our clinic, what we're doing is we're looking for people who have these problems, and we look at three key systems that influence your pelvic function: the musculoskeletal system, which is your structure, your posture, and your alignment. So, when your hips, your spine, or your pelvis shift out of balance, it creates how those deep muscles engage and support you in a way that doesn't line up. And so, also the neurological system, which is your brain to your body connection. So, over time, signals that activate from the nerves to your pelvic floor muscles, they weaken or they misfire, leaving those muscles asleep. And this disconnect can affect bladder control, stability, and even sexual function in that sense. And then there's the metabolic system. So, your internal environment for recovery, which is part of hormonal shifts, inflammation, poor circulation, and nutritional deficiencies, can slow down your body's ability to repair and rebuild. The muscle tone needs these three things, and these systems fall out of sync. And so you just don't feel weaker, but your body starts to lose control of how it performs at a foundational level. So you might notice that you just don't feel as strong when you move, or you might wake up tired or have to get up at night a lot and more often to use the bathroom, or you might feel a drop in energy or confidence, or for men, you might notice some changes in performance or control that make you feel frustrated, or you can be disconnected even though nothing looks wrong, or it's still everything is still working, but you're noticing that something is changing with that. And so, like women, you might avoid activities that used to be easy, or you might start worrying about how there's comfort or control in ways that you never had to think about before. And these are all signals from your body saying, hey, I've lost this foundation and we're not connected. So, the good news is that you can retrain these muscles and restore communication between your brain and your body and your core. And so at our clinic, what we've done is we've brought in this Restora chair, and it's a proven system that reactivates the pelvic floor muscles. And it uses a non invasive, FDA cleared technology, which is a process that stimulates the deep muscle contractions in the pelvic floor, and it helps to lift everything up. So it's safe, it's comfortable, and it's effective. And it's the equivalent of doing 15,000 Kegels in a 30-minute session. And most patients describe it as feeling like their muscles are just waking up for the first time in years. And it's very comfortable and it is not painful. You remain totally clothed the whole time. And oftentimes people are either reading or on their phone or doing something else. So, what we're doing is we're helping to retrain your body to contract and coordinate naturally again, building the strength and the control and the stability from the inside out. So, we combine this activation process with strategies to improve alignment, nerve communication, and metabolic balance, because you don't just need stronger muscles, you need the whole system working together. And throughout our process, we'll show you how to target the deep muscles of your pelvic floor, which will reactivate the nerve pathways. And then it helps to control them and help your body rebuild stability, strength, and control all in just a few short weeks. So you'll see the same system helps men and women both, and it helps with pelvic strength and circulation for better performance and confidence. And how it helps women is to regain control, comfort, and stability naturally. So you don't have to live with these frustrations. Your body isn't broken, it just simply needs the right kind of signal to start working again. So what I'd like to do is I would like to invite you to come into the office where we can sit down and discuss your concerns, any history that you have of some of the problems, and then give you a good idea of some solutions to your problem that we can come up with together. So how we would do that is we would have you either email the office at egancairo@gmail.com, or you can text or call the office at 651-405-3990. And what this allows you to do is you can come into the office, you meet with me, and then should you decide that you want to try the chair, we are offering you that at some special pricing for just $49, in which we'll either do it right then and there if we've got the time in our schedule, or otherwise we'll schedule that out for you for another day. So hope to see you. Lots of things that we can help you with here, and have a great day.